Hey guys, this is Jose Baeza. I want to welcome you guys to the National Corporate Credit's video show that these guys decided to do. A little bit about myself. My name is Jose Baeza. I'm a real estate investor. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a co-owner of NBC University, and we host seminars all over the country, all over the world. Along with Mr. James Dentley. He's one of the top speakers in the world, and he's coached with Les Brown and some other type of individuals. But we got here Misael de la Torre, so he's going to be joining us, and he's going to tell us a little bit more about lines of credit and how you can get your business going with your real estate business going using business credit. Misael, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Thank you, Jose. Thank you for the introduction. Again, my name is Misael de la Torre. I work here with National Corporate Credit, raising capital for business owners who are looking to expand their business. Also, real estate investors are one of our key people we work here with. They're 40% of our business.
Cool. And how did you get started?
So I personally started investing in real estate myself. I started using my own capital and then realized that there was different ways to access capital without having to sacrifice my personal credit or any of my funds.
Right. Now, Misa also is a real estate investor, and he actually owns a couple properties in the Chicagoland area, Elgin area.
Elgin area here.
Okay.
Yes.
And then can you listen to somebody, basically to somebody that is just looking to get into real estate, or somebody that needs more money for the real estate investing? How would you recommend them going about that? How did you do it?
So what I did is I built my personal credit. That's how you start out. You got to be able to show to the banks that you are fundable, that you are able to show them that you're able to manage money, your own money, and then they will be able to lend to you on the business side. That is just one way to start. There is many different ways.
And how many deals do you currently have?
With here at National Corporate Credit, I have 10 plus at the time.
Nice.
These are business owners that are seeking capital, want to grow their business, need some money for rehabbing for the.
Now, are these all your deals that you partner up with, or are these deals that you're doing on your own?
So these are deals that I'm doing on my own. There is other different deals that we do have that we do partner up with. We go to different events with different people who work with us. We have different companies that work with us. One of them is Alpha 3, Creek Properties that we work with also.
Right. Now, okay. So you yourself do you do a lot of fix and flips, or do you wholesale?
So fix and flips is not my strong point, but we do fund people who are.
No, I'm talking about you.
Personally?
Yes.
I pretty much buy and hold.
You buy and hold?
Yes. Okay. I do like the rent prices are high, so I do like to keep my own properties at this time.
Okay. So pretty much the reason why I had Misael here is because he is not only a real estate investor, but he also funds businesses through the business credit lines. And here with National Corporate Credit, these guys do over $50 million in funding every single year. And the $50 million is just the business credit alone. So if you're somebody that's looking for the money to just either do a fix and flip, or if you're looking to get gap funding for your properties, definitely Misa is the way to go. And can you tell us a little bit about how that program works? Or, first, before you do that, how did you guys get started?
So we started about 6 years ago. We're actually investing in just regular. We were using our own money to buy properties and rehab them. We realized that that's not the way to go, so we started looking for alternative sources. Right. We found one way. We started getting into the banking world, and we realized that the small funds, right under 250 is the easiest way to go. You fly under the radar pretty much. Right. You're not showing credentials for your business as far as tax returns, anything like that. So we figured out a way to do this on a larger scale, up to 250,000.
Okay. And then the deals for this particular program on raising capital using business credit. Can you tell us a little bit about how that program works, and what are some of the things that for me, like say I'm looking to get into that. By the way, you guys, I've already raised some money with these guys. These guys are the best. I actually work with them as well. through partnerships and affiliates, and we have so many different people that work with National Corporate Credit under a white label program as well. So they do have a white label program. So if you're somebody that's looking to refer business, you can also do it through these guys. But what are some of the requirements that you need in order for either myself or anybody looking to get into business, looking to get into real estate? What do we need?
So there's two major requirements we have here. One is a business registered with the state in good standing. Make sure it's got to be an LLC or it's got to be incorporated. Sole proprietors, we can use them. They just may get lower approval rates.
Okay.
Right off the bat, just to start out with that. We do have a lot of people who do come through, but just so they know, they may not hit that $250,000 mark they are looking for.
Got it.
The second one is we do need a 720 plus FICO score on the personal side.
Okay.
There's reasons behind that. Obviously, when you go on your credit, 680 states that you're good.
Yeah.
680 to us means when we look at your credit is you're kind of building. You may have lower credit lines on your credit report.
Okay.
Which will indeed, they won't help you when you're going up for business credit. Because if you show low credit lines, you're not showing that you're able to manage large amounts of money. You're trying to look for the largest amount as possible. So if you're showing a $5,000 to $10,000 line on your credit, you're showing them that you're able to utilize it, pay it back, and you're not using it at the time, because obviously if you have utilization, that brings your credit score down at the time. You won't be meeting it.
Now, okay, and what am I able to use the money for? What can people use the money for? Are there any limitations to what you can use the money for?
Absolutely no limitations. So you can use it for whatever you like. The only things I will tell you that people do use it for right now, mainly right away, is marketing. If you have a business that you're trying to grow, you don't have the 2 years in business that you've been around. You're going to market your business to get it to grow.
Wow.
That's one of the main things. The second thing for the real estate investors is they're using this for rehabbing these properties. They're taking the funds, they're buying the material that they need. Obviously, they're doing hard money loans.
Right.
Hard money loans don't cover everything.
That's true.
They may only
and they're very expensive too.
Exactly. You are paying 12 points on some of these deals, up to 12 points. It can go higher.
Right.
So once you're still going to need some rehab money. You're going to need some gap funding. There is very different ways people have used our lines to go ahead and access capital, access cash, and use it for their gaps.
Okay, and then the limit is 250,000, because I know that on the flyer here that you gave me, it says here that the limit is 250. What if I want more than 250,000?
So at that point, what we do is you'd have to come back through our program a second time. If you have a different guarantor, you can definitely use them. So someone else that does have the credit, and they want to come under your company or a new company you guys establish. Right. You guys can go ahead and do that at that point.
Okay, so basically, if the individual does not have the perfect credit per se, if they don't have the 700 plus credit score, then ultimately they can go through a cosigner that does meet the criteria, and it's not going to affect that person's credit, is it?
Absolutely not. These lines only report to the business side. You will never see them reporting on your personal. That is a key for you to actually operate your business and you keep your personal life in line. Mm-hmm. Obviously, some of the real estate investors at this time, they're using their personal credit to go ahead and buy the property, acquire the property, so they cannot be seeing any debt on there. They cannot be seeing any type of outstanding fees on there, so they have to keep their credit over here. If you have access to the capital on the business side, you've separated these two, so you can go ahead and fund your deals and use anything you need.
Right. So, okay. So as far as I understand this, anybody can get up to $250,000 at least if they have at least 700 plus credit score.
Yes.
If as long as they don't have any open bankruptcies, and as long as they also meet the criteria where they're not over leveraged in their personal debt. So if you have less than 30% debt to credit utilization, then so those are the three major criteria. Now, in regards to the percentage, what type of interest can people expect when getting, let's say, $250,000?
So for the first 6 to 12 months, we guarantee you 0% interest, and it varies throughout the lenders.
Okay.
After that, you have a very APR, which is 8.99, and it can vary all the way up to 18.99. And that all depends on credit worthiness. So obviously, if you bring me somebody to the table that has a 750 plus, they're going to be on the lower end of that. So that's what you want to see with these clients. Obviously, you know, everybody wants to get the lower interest rate, but it does vary.
So that would be perfect for somebody. I know that when I first went through you guys' program, one of the things that I was trying to figure out is how can I use the interest rate to my advantage. Now, I also do private loans. So somebody that's looking to get money and like say they don't, you know, they didn't qualify through Misael's program. I can also fund them, but I know that I'm not willing to take that risk if it's, you know, there's a lot of different characteristics when it comes to the actual private lending. Now, for 0%, you're basically guaranteeing 0% interest for the first 6 to 13 months.
Yes.
And after the 6 to 13 months, what kind of interest rates can people expect?
It's 8.99 to 18.99 at that time. It all depends again on the credit worthiness.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, that's pretty much where our lenders fall underneath. Also, with that, you know, I did want to cover. We are a success-based company. You won't see any upfront fees from us, and that's a promise from us to you. We're going to guarantee you we get capital for you. If we don't, you owe us nothing at that point.
And this is the reason, guys, why I wanted to make sure that I had Misael on this particular video, because everything that he's doing right now, he's not only helped people like myself, but he's also helped many individuals throughout his company, throughout their company. They've done over $50 million in funding. So keep in mind that if you have a corporate job, if you're looking to get into real estate, or you don't have any experience, there's so many different possibilities on how you can get not only the funding, but how can you get in the game. Again, you can simply go through the program and get Misael or one of his business partners to get you $250,000 in funding. With that, because you have the money, just simply go out there into these networking events or look for an investor that already has the properties or that has the experience, and then just let them use your money. Now you become the hard money lender in a sense. You're bringing in the money, they're bringing in the deals, and you partner up. Another way you can do it is that if you don't have any experience, typically the banks will not lend you any money. Well, guess what? Now you don't need experience. All you need is just your credit. And even if you don't have credit, you can always get another person that does meet the criteria. And that way they can get the credit and you are still taking everything on under the business.
Now, Jose, I did want to mention one more thing. Everybody asked the question of how long do you have to be in business? We do work with startups. Let's say you set up your corporation yesterday and you do meet the credit requirement, we can work with you. We do have, there is people who go to the banks and they go to the banks, they request funds. They will not release funds to you if you have less than 2 years in business. If you're less than 2 years in business, you can be a year and 10 months and they still will not release funds for you. And they will also request supporting documents saying that you've been in business for that time. They will ask for tax returns for the business. We are not requesting any of that information. As you can see, we're taking startups on.
Oh, cool. So you do startups. So it's not just really for real estate investors. It's for any type of business.
Anyone who's trying to get started. This is a good way for you to get started.
Okay. And then what is your fee? I already know the fee because I went through the program, but I want him to explain to you guys what the fee is and kind of how that works.
So we have a one-time fee. It's a success fee. It's on the back end. You use the lines to pay us back. So you don't have to dash out any of your money out of your own pocket. You don't want to use your own money. Okay. The best thing now is using other people's money. So it's 10% of the amount we've raised for you. You use the line to pay it back. And that's our fee. We don't charge if you grow the lines yourself, which some of the lenders will because we've established.
And that's granted that the 0% is still active within the 6 to 13 months. So again, just to kind of go over that. So the way that it works when I was going through their program is they have a success fee. It's 10% but it's not done up front. Everything's done on the back end. And the way it works is that they'll go ahead and raise the money first, and then at the end, with the money that they've raised, then we pay, then you guys charge obviously
Yes,
the fee,
correct.
which is the price of doing business. But another question that I had here that I get personally asked whenever I'm referring business to you guys, can we do, if somebody already has a entity in real estate or any type of other business, does it help that they have business credit, or it doesn't matter?
So it all depends. So like, on personal credit,
Yeah.
if you do have business credit and you are over leveraged, it can affect. If you don't have any and you're trying to build, this is a good way to establish yourself. So it all depends. It can go either way. So if you have it and you're not using it, and you're trying to, 10x that,
Right.
you come to us. That's where we come in. We come in clutch. We're here to grow that, make that even bigger. Especially if you're not using it, it's going to help you even more because now you've had a Dun & Bradstreet number, established, and the accounts are good to go.
Cool. And then the business credit, if let's say that I have a real estate deal, I need to close it tomorrow. How soon can you actually get the money? If I go through the program and I do everything you say, I get you. How long does it take?
So I like to be realistic. Our program takes up to 30 days. Within those 30 days, we'll go through funding. We'll walk you through. Let me start over with that again. In those 30 days, we're going to walk you through our process as far as filling out our applications, getting all the documentation, the supporting documents to us. We'll make sure we verify everything. Those take normally about 2 to 3 days. It all depends on how fast you work also. The faster you work and you communicate with us, the faster we're going to get this done. Then we take you up for funding. The funding is only a 2-week process. In those 2 weeks, you're going to receive some of the business lines with the lenders in those 2 weeks. So some of them you'll have them before we even end our funding. Some of them you'll have them at the end. So I give it 30 days in total, and you will have funds available to you.
Okay, so 30 days in total, but 14 days realistically.
Realistically,
if they get everything.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then my last question, which when I was getting started, I obviously needed to ask this, but I'm looking at a question here that we're coming up with. Their question is, how do I get started? How do I get started, and what do you require for somebody that's looking to see if they would even qualify? Do you have to run their credit, or how does it work? How can somebody get started? That's a good question, D-Tree.
So, there is companies out there that will do a hard inquiry on you. We do not do that. You are defeating the purpose of what we do here. You get a hard inquiry, it gets your approval odds, they're less. So what we'll do is we'll send you out to Credit Check Total. We'll provide you with links for you to go ahead and follow and go directly to them. We have a pre-approval stage. That's the first step for our program. You'll come to us. We'll send you the link. You'll go ahead and pull your credit from Credit Check Total. It's a soft pull. It won't report to any credit agency. And you're doing it yourself also, so you don't have a financial institution like us looking at your credit. Once you do that, send us over your credit report. We have an in-house underwriting team that will break it down. Within a few hours, we'll have an answer back to you as to how much you're going to qualify for your business.
Okay, so and then what's the website that people need to go to?
www.nationalcorporatecredit.com.
Credit Check Total?
Oh yes, Credit Check Total. My apologies. To pull your credit, you go to creditchecktotal.com.
Okay, and this is a question that I was asking all the time. Why do you need the actual credit report from Credit Check Total? Why does it have to be from that particular site?
So we've had clients try to send us reports from Credit Karma, all the free ones. Those are consumer-based websites where they don't charge you to go ahead and show you your credit, but they are for marketing. So they're never going to have the correctly updated credit report. This website is owned by Experian, so they update it daily. Every day you log on to Credit Check Total, you will get an updated report for that day from Experian. The other two bureaus are a monthly report. When you first initially start out with them, you'll have 3 a tri-merge report, which is what we're looking for. We want to look at all three bureaus to see where we're going to take you to, what lenders are in your area, your demographic, and then we're able to go ahead and move forward at that point.
Oh, wow. And now I'm getting another question here. And the last question that I see here, or one of the recent questions is, if let's say that these people go through the program and they do they want to do, they're trying to buy a property, and let's say you get them $100,000, everything's done. How can they, are they going to be receiving checks? How do these people get the money? How do these credit cards or the credit lines come in?
So they come in the form of a credit card. What the easiest way for you to get cash off of them is a balance transfer check. You'll receive these with your welcome package. When you do with those, what you'll do is you'll write it to your company, to your name. The funds liquidate into that checking account you wrote it to.
Okay.
That is the easiest way, the cheapest way. Obviously, they may have a balance transfer fee with that, but that's just the cost of doing business.
Right.
There's no way around it. You are using other people's money, and they will. Obviously, they're going to have some type of interest on there.
Okay. So, and then I'm getting one other question here. So, is there also, do you guys offer business credit lines that come in the form of a checkbook? And if so, how easy or how difficult it is to make?
So that is pretty much our premium product. Everybody wants that.
Yeah.
I mean, who wouldn't want a checkbook that you can just write out anything? With that product, we do need your business to be in for 2 years. We still need that strong personal credit. It is a must. Also, we're going to need supporting documents for that product. We're going to need 2 years of tax return showing a profit. And we could definitely set you up for that. The same rules apply with that. You'll receive, it's a revolving line. You can use it as long as you want.
Okay. And then one other question that I'm looking at here is what kind of program do you have for somebody that has a nonprofit? She mentioned, we mentioned that you also do nonprofits, but more importantly, the lines of credit. Once you have the credit line available, and once you actually get the process going, are you still gonna? Or do you guys still offer different services where you can get deals done for real estate investors?
You're asking about doing deals for real estate investors,
right? Do you guys do that? It's just a question that I just got. Just out of random.
If they reach out to us, we do have different people who we work with, who pretty much they get together. They all bring something to the table, and we can set them up with them to go ahead and work with them.
Okay, cool. And then awesome. And then so again, just to go over the program that Misael was actually sharing, is that I kind of been going over a little bit as well on my end, but $250,000 business lines of credit. They don't report to the personal. They only report to the business. 0% interest for the first 6 to 13 months. And then also the interest rates can vary from anywhere from like 8% all the way up to 18.99%, depending on how strong your credit is. You can do business with anybody all over the country. All over the country. And you have a 0% interest rate that you can guarantee for the first 6 to 13 months.
Yes, sir.
The money can be used for anything, any purpose, whether you're doing a rehab, you're doing a fix and flip, you can use it for gap funding, and then it comes in the form of a credit card, but you also get access to checkbook lines if you qualify, or you can get startup checks, right?
Yes.
And then you can get everything going within 14 business days of the approval. And that's granted that they provide everything and they do everything.
Yes.
Cool. You can do home-based business. You can pretty much do startup, somebody that's looking to go into real estate. Yes. Okay. So guys, this is the reason why I wanted to make sure that this video was done, because so many people in today's society, they think that they don't have access to capital. Keep in mind that about 90% of the applications from banks do get denied. The reason being is because it's a lot harder in today's society to get approved through a bank. and we offer alternative funding. Obviously, the lines of credit is one of them. On my end, I do private loans, I do ACH loans, and then I do some other types of funding. So there's always a way to get the money that you require. Don't ever be scared of reaching out there and just figuring out. If somebody tells you no, there's always a way to go back in. What was that quote again, Misa, that you always say about the process?
With our process here?
Yeah.
I'll say you caught me off guard with that quote today.
Well, you know what? It's if you guys are always looking for funding, again, you want to make sure that you process everything through these guys and give them a call. How can they get in contact with you?
So our number here is 847-450-1800. Again, that number is 847-450-1800.
And then what's your website?
NationalCorporateCredit.com.
So it's www.nationalcorporatecredit.com. And I'll go and I'll make sure that these guys put it on the website as well. But definitely go to nationalcorporatecredit.com if you guys are looking for funding for your real estate deals, or if you know any type of business that's looking for funding. Again, as long as they have the credit criteria, or if they know a cosigner that has the credit criteria, they can get the funding they require. Okay, so make sure that you guys going to the website nationalcorporatecredit.com, or give them a call at the 847-450-1800. 847-450-1800. Can somebody contact you from on Facebook as well, in case
Yes.
they need to?
If you guys need to, you guys can reach out directly to either one of us, Francisco or Mikhail too. Also, you know, they're our hosts today.
Great.
So.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate this, Misa. Thank you.
Thank you, Jose.
And you know what? It's an awesome thing when we can get other people. In today's society, it's all about information. So as long as you know where you can get the funding, there's no reason for you to fail. And again, failure is only a stepping stone to success, as long as you can learn from it. If you don't learn from your failures, then you know what? It's a mistake. And thank you guys. This is Jose Baeza. Feel free to follow me on Facebook. Feel free to follow Misa on Facebook, and definitely like our channel, the channel National Corporate Credit. And I'm looking forward to doing a lot of business with you guys, hopefully in the future. And yeah, feel free to contact us. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go ahead and